We've talked about excellence, we've talked about strategy. Now we want to get a lot more specific, talking about initiatives that have been evaluated by the market, so to say, and are deemed successful, powerful, impactful. The title of our next session is Path to Inclusive Excellence, Jeronimo Martins in Poland and its proven success in the Diversity in Czech study. Diversity in Czech is a study conducted annually by Responsible Business Forum here in Poland. So we have Monika Piątek and Marcin Mędruń representing Jeronimo Martins, Polska, joining us now. Hopefully we have no issues with a stable online connection. Let's see about that. Question to the studio, do we already have the connection or not yet? We'll find out in a second. And while we already have Marcin joining us. That's
Good afternoon, everybody.
Hi, Marcin. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you so much.
In today's age, it's not necessarily that easy to get a stable online connection to a conversation. Have you had a chance to watch at least bits and pieces of the conference so far, other than your session, or are
Yes,
you just?
yes, I did. Yes,
Are you
yes,
just?
Yes, I did.
Are you enjoying it? I know it's a leading question, isn't it?
Yes, it's a leading question. Yes, indeed. But well, yes, I do. This is a matter that for sure people who are participating today in the meeting, yes, from all over the world, yes, have really at the bottom of their heart, yes, probably, and also have good examples. And this is something which is very important from my perspective, because I try to present a very pragmatic approach when it comes to the topic we are talking about. Yes, so that's why I'm also very appreciative of your questions related to examples, but also related to the kind of attitude that we want to have within our organization in order to manage the topic of inclusion properly.
Pragmatic is good. So why don't we start with a couple of pragmatic, specific initiatives that you're proud of? Tell us more about it.
Sure. Well, from the beginning, I must say that I represent a group of Jeronimo Martins today. Yes, so this is not just a matter of Biedronka and Hebe, which are present here on the Polish market, but also in the other companies, yes, from Portugal and from Colombia. And why I'm sharing this? Because to me, very important topic is just also to share the initiatives within the group. Yes, so that's why I would like to share one topic from Portugal and the second one maybe from Poland, yes, from the field of the Polish market. When it comes to Portugal, the biggest initiative that I want to share is the Centro Queer. Yes, so it's an inclusiveness center. So places, this is a very specific place dedicated to people with disabilities who wants to work in the stores. Probably you know that Portugal, Jeronimo Martins is an owner of the biggest retail chain, which is Pingo, and also the second one, which is small cash and carry, it's Recheio. And it's the biggest retail chain in Portugal. So that's why also they've got the biggest accountability and responsibility also working with diversity inclusion topic. And this inclusiveness center is really dedicated to people with different kind of, let's say, disabilities, in order to prepare them in a safe way, yes, in order to work later in the normal environment of the stores. In a safe, I mean from even pragmatic and very, how can I say, emotional point of view, because this is a really place which is almost like a store, but it's not a store, because it's an artificial store, let's say, where you can use all these necessary initiatives to do as a cashier seller, for example, in order to be prepared to work in a normal store. These initiatives we want also to deploy in Poland in the next years. Probably it will be the biggest cities, yes, but this is a very pragmatic approach and also shows how not only the responsibility but the pragmatic steps in order to really include those kind of people, yes, with us, yes, and also to prepare their life a bit easier. The second one is an example from the really Polish perspective. Probably Biedronka stores, yes, are the most, let's say, how recognized, yes, when it comes to Polish market, for sure for our customers, but also for, I believe, this is the biggest company within Jeronimo Martins. Yes, so that's why, of course, this company is very important for us from the group perspective. And I would like to share two topics. Probably nobody knows that in Biedronka we do have 40 different nationalities with whom we work to. And also we opened this year the specific program dedicated to people who support us in the process of
Right.
checkouts, this and clients, people who are working with really different kind of disabilities, and they can work together with us, with the people in the stores, and dedicated a specific program dedicated to them. Um, what is even more, I must also say that my pragmatic perspective, it's also my perspective from the period of time when I used to work in Portugal, because it was also part of my story. Yes, and I'm working here in Warsaw, but I used to work also in Lisbon. It was a moment when we did work with the people here in the office, because this is also an important matter to create a better, even let's say, attitude and make a better impact on our leadership style, working with the people who really needs some kind of support from our side.
Marcin,
Because
yeah, we'll continue in a moment, but allow me now to try and invite Monica to join us. Monica, hi. Can you hear us and see us, hopefully?
To ja tutaj jestem, słyszę i widzę kolegę teraz.
Right.
Monica, can you hear us? Can you see us?
Because you're already online, conference participants can see you already. Not so easy,
I'm not
as it
sure.
turns out.
It doesn't work not so easy.
Well,
And it's a pity because Monica is a very good coordinator of people with from very different geographies who are working with us in Biedronka. She's a very professional person with 8 years of experience.
Marcin, it's actually quite interesting. So let's try and fill in here. It's not often that you have a specific function as a coordinator for foreign, so to say, employees, people with international background, expats, as you sometimes call them, working in a country. It's not necessarily a separate HR title for that. But as you rightly pointed out, if you dedicate this function to a person who is sensitive and attuned to needs and expectations, if you do it right, you might learn some really valuable insights one-to-one, right?
Exactly, and this is maybe also probably because, well, this is also a matter of this kind of pragmatism, let's say, yes, and of course this is also a part of strategy, the people, let's say, strategy, a part also of the culture. Monica is a good example, yes, because she works especially with the stores and logistics, yes. So, and this is a kind of very pragmatic approach. And normally, when it comes to logistics and stores, we do not use this word of expats. Yes, normally you are talking about people.
Right, right.
But on the other hand, also here in the head office, we do have our vast list of expats, our colleagues from Portugal or from Colombia, who also are cared with a person who is dedicated to care about the process of adaptation, but also in a process of, like, how can I say, everyday duties related to make your life easier in the new country.
So it's clear to me, Marcin, one thing is to be sensitive to the actual wording, how you address your colleagues at work. I still remember one of the most popular phrases in the HR circles, still today, would be the pipeline of talents. You must have heard this one. Speaking of unfortunate metaphors. But let me ask you this. Some of the most valuable DI initiatives would be bottom-up, much as leadership would like to attribute the success to themselves, but very many, great many of the best DI initiatives result or stem from the fact that people who actually do the job understand their own needs best, and sometimes they can come up with really insightful ideas. So my question is, even though much of that process is bottom-up, how important is leadership in all that?
And this is also a very important question. Thank you for that, because I must also share that we do work in a rather conservative environment. Yes, I mean, even the type of the business I do represent, it's let's say more conservative than less. Yes, I mean, it's business, it's retail. Yes, it's It's like the normal, regular business. It's not like high tech and so on and so far. And it also has an impact on leadership style and on the culture. So that's why, if you're asking about this topic, we must open the discussion about the cultural, let's say, development of the culture we do have at Jeronimo Martins, and also the way, how can I say, the leadership style we do have related to this kind of topics. Because this is also very open. I would like to be very open, yes, when it comes to this matter. This is not an easy journey, because yes, from the beginning, normally leaders are not very open, yes, from the beginning to work with diversity and inclusion topics from different reasons. Yes, so that's why I'm sharing this, because this is also a kind of journey. Yes, like from the beginning, we started some time ago. Later, we are open this. We are preparing some kind of structures in order to work with the topics. But later, we do have the type of attitude we do have. And my strong recommendation is to use the all authority you do have within HR teams, yes, in order to work directly with main leaders, to speak about the topic very honestly, to use, let's say, people and the power of soft power, let's say, of people you do have in the company, not only from HR, in order to be a good example talking about the topics of diversity and inclusion, because it's really step by step make a difference, right? I mean, people really change their way of thinking about the topics of diversity and inclusion when they do have a good, solid partner from HR, or other people who are well prepared to talking about this topic, in order to also be more open in the future to working with the diversity and inclusion topics. And this is the most important role, because without that, yes, we do have like the hidden agenda of the topics. You know what I mean? And
Right.
this is an official agenda, yes, some procedures that we want to follow, yes, formally, and informally, that there is a hidden agenda, yes, and nobody talks about it, yes, and so on and so forth. And this is, even from my pragmatic perspective and also the leadership perspective, is probably the most important, also to have this
Absolutely.
this strong.
Marcin, sadly, that's all the time we have. And I hope next year for the 10th edition, maybe Monica will not have any issues joining us for the
Yes.
conversation. Meanwhile, all the best and congratulations on your achievements in DEI. Thank you for joining us.